What I'm concerned about, and I've thought about this quite a bit, is the millennial generation. My kids' generation. Are they not only hearing the stories, but connecting the dots? And if they don't really come to understand our rich history, they're not going to fully appreciate our heritage. So I've got a parable. Can I do a parable?
Yeah.
Parables always, fall short at some point. This is not an allegory. But I think of a young person, maybe 23, 24, who went to school, got a degree, racked up maybe $60,000 in college debt. And they got out and they got an entry-level job. Yeah. And they're making okay money, and they're able to pay their school loans. And they're living okay. It's not a horrible life, but they're not high on the hog by any means. Mm-hmm. Well, unbeknownst to this person, their great-great-grandfather was a lumber baron and amassed an incredible fortune in the lumber business. And that fortune, all that money, has been put on deposit in a bank, and every single one of his descendants has been put on the account, can withdraw from the account. But because our young college graduate never heard about great-great-grandpa and didn't know about that fortune on deposit, he's never been able to draw off that fortune, that heritage that's his. And maybe it's because his parents just stopped telling the stories of great-great-grandpa and his fortune in lumber. But if you've got people, Christian people who are in Christ and who are complete in Christ, but they don't fully understand their history, they maybe don't really appreciate their heritage. And while they could have so much more, they don't know it's even there to access it. And so I think we we're talking about moral imperatives, we have a moral imperative to tell the next generation about the things of the Lord and about our Reformed faith and our Reformed world and life view, all of the rich heritage. I mean, Charles Hodge. Mm-hmm. And help them to understand that they've got this enormous treasury of richness that's theirs, and they can access it, and they can use it. And, they're living okay now, but how much more could they enjoy if they really appreciated the full scope of their heritage? And if we don't get that message to this next generation, if they go into their years of maturity as the next generation of leaders and they don't know our history and they don't appreciate our heritage, I think it's just got to impact them in some ways. And it's got to change the way they view the church as opposed to the way it's been viewed in past generations. So I think, our committee, the Committee for the Historian, has a real duty to get this message out in a way that is accessible to a younger generation. Mm-hmm. And a younger generation that maybe isn't so inclined to sit down and read a 400-page book as they are to maybe watch a 10-minute video. So we're kind of thinking about this. How do we take all that we have and make sure they can get it and assimilate it and begin to live off of our capital?